Good morning, Monday morning, everyone. Shauna here. I'm in for your peek into your week. All the cards are dealt here, so use your intuition. Go over the cards, scan them, figure out which one you're drawn to, and that will be your reading for the week. Morning, Kendall. Yeah, we have to join up here because you won. I don't know. I think by now you've probably seen the posting. You won the free reading, so we'll have to hook up here while I got you. Okay, so use your intuition. I'm going to scan down for the piles here, 1 through 5, and we'll go again. It's spirituality reading for the week. So, okay, there. No. That's as close as I'm going to get. Hey, Kathy. You won the free hour reading, Kendall. So just get a hold of me here, or I'll get a hold of you. I'll make a point of getting a hold of you in the next few days, and we'll set up a time. Yeah, it's probably buried in some of the posts here, but yeah, I did a whole, it was, what do you call that? Fireworks. It was pretty cool. So anyway, congrats, Kendall. I'll catch up with you later. Okay, so these are the cards. Pick intuitively. The first card pile is Cyan. Second is Emerald. Third is Brown. Fourth is Jade. And 5 is Lemon here in the corner. So pick intuitively what you're drawn to, because that's what Spirit, awesome. That's what Spirit will lead you to get that message, okay? So again, these are going to be spiritual readings. 1, Cyan, 2, Emerald, 3, 4, and 5. And then I'll start with the readings. Okay, just give me my camera. Okay, I'm going to have to reboot. Okay, so I'm going to start with the first card pile here, which is Cyan. My chair is squeaky. I got to grease it. Sorry. Squeak, squeak. Okay, so card pile number 1. I got to see if I'm on the right. This way or that way. I don't know. Okay. So card pile number 1, if you were drawn, Cyan, is talking about building your confidence. And we have the number 8, which is out in infinite potential. 8, you know, just give me a minute. Yeah. In this case, infinite potential is what they're talking about. Build your confidence, because we're not bringing enough forward here. Like, yeah, not looking at our qualities to the best of our ability. They're going, we're not appreciating ourselves. So therefore, we can't go outward in our best self because we're not appreciating it. So we need to do that from whoever picked the first pile. Yeah, confidence here is an issue. Okay. Now, I went spiritual. So I got my spiritual messenger cards, and we'll go into them. And they said we want the up and the below and above card, but we want a love card this week to kind of highlight, bring things together. So I feel like the masculine and feminine is going to go in that way. So number 1 is surrender to the flow. So that is your first card. And the feeling I get here, just give me a minute. Kind of vibrating a little. Okay, don't do that. Just give me a minute here. Yeah, 44. Yeah, almost like in our confidence, our lack of confidence is what I feel. It's kind of almost, I don't want to say depressive, but like a depressive state, where we're kind of just humdrum. And because of this preoccupation with the humdrum, we're really not seeing all our opportunities outward, right? Because we're not in a positive vibration. So we're letting all that slip by, all those messages that they're wanting you to key into, we're just letting it all slide by. So we're not catching any of the flow that's going on here. And they're going, we got to lift our mood first before we get into being able to accept. So there's a bit of a low vibration going on, is what I'm getting. Next card. You're born to create. This is interesting because it's near the end of the deck, this card, and again, dragon. That energy wanting to come forth, wanting to be at the forefront of who you are, right? You're born to create, and they're going, we are nowhere near this mode. So a sense of not feeling powerful, right? Just not feeling our best self, not feeling positive. We're not negative, but we're in that zone where we're not flying high. We need to be happier, all of that. And it's not coming through. So you're born to create. That egg just wants to, right? It wants to open right the heck up. And there's there's a little shell here we need to crack through, is really what they're getting. And it may be an addiction to being in a depressive state or a low-key state, or maybe an avoidance of issues at the same time, which is a lot of what's going on right now. If you're in avoidance of issues, you are going to feel in this humdrum state. You're not going to be able to because you're in avoidance, you're kind of not feeling right, because that's not the way they want you to deal with this stuff, so you're free, light, and clear. The next card we get is time to ground. So this may be part of the problem. And when you are in that state and in your head, like we say, even if we're not in a completely negative state, we're in a negative tone because we're not in the positive. We're kind of bumbling around somewhere in between. So it could be that we've been up in our head a little too much, and I'm getting feelings of guilt here, like going over guilt, absorbing it, or a need to feel it, and not making any amends to it. So if you're feeling guilt, they're going racked with. So it's not just feeling, there's a lot of guilt here. So that's, really your mood is that barometer that's telling you, okay, we have to deal with this. But I get a sense here this person is just not wanting to deal with any of it. But you may be in transition, right? You may be in a mode where we're not feeling the flow, where we got a lot of potential here to go forward that wants to break open, but we're not grounded enough. We're in our head thinking about things. And how do we ground? They're going, this person needs to take action in the way of guilt. If they're feeling guilt, they need to avenge that guilt by going, and maybe there's an apology that needs to be taken in or given out, this kind of thing. So take actions to do that, to alleviate this. Then it's gone. Then it's cleared. We don't have to worry about it no more. So there's a bit of an issue here, somebody feeling guilt or harboring guilt, that kind of thing, and needing to kind of pay penance for that, I guess. Well, they're paying the penance, but there's actions you can take to rectify it, is what they're saying. So we need to look at that. That's what they're not looking at. They're just feeling it right now, and it may be part of the process into next week that we go and we take action. So that's your best case scenario, because that's when that feeling will lift and leave you, and then you're clear. Then you're then you're back on top. Okay. So the clarification cards we have for go with the flow. It's the Queen of Wands, and that's she's that action taker. She goes, moves, shakes. She likes to be amongst people, likes to communicate. She's very vibrant and vivacious. She is the one that likes to get things done. And they're showing me the cat there. Just give me a minute. Is that magical essence that wants to grow from her. It's like we're not aware she even knows that cat is there. And that could create happiness as well. It's like, oh, look at a lighter sense of being, right? They don't need you to go from zoned out to ecstatically happy, but we can go from zoned out. Hey, good morning, Andrea. Thanks for coming in. We need to go from zoned out to more than like contentment, right? So that kind of thing. So the Queen of Wands is very action oriented. So it gives me the sense here that we are thinking about taking action, or maybe monitoring what we should take action on here. We just don't know exactly where we're going to take that, but we may also be conflicted. That's what they're going. The cat is going this way. She's going that way. They're going, it's conflict. So there's internal conflict about what to do, how to move forward, but we're going to take action in some way, and we'll learn through this no less, whether it's good or bad. Now, on top of smoky here. We were born to create, okay? So that's that energy spiritually that I felt people, this person, whoever's dealing with this reading, they've got a lot of potential here. They're squandering in a spiritual way. They're not feeling their power. They're stuffing it, okay? Now, why? We get the Lover's card on top of that. So there's something to do with a partner, partnership, whatnot. Now, there's things here. It could be going wrong, could be going right. But again, I was feeling guilt from this card, a lot of guilt going forward. So there's something either we did to our partner that we regret and feel guilt for, or that our partner did to us that they regret and feel guilt for, that needs to be mended, okay? Yeah. And a growth and advancement through the process as well. Because this feels like something, it's a plateau here we're trying to clear. The universe is trying to clear you guys from a plateau and get you higher. And there's, I don't know if it's outright resistance as much as just not knowing how to handle it, right? So we're not dealing with it, or avoidance, that kind of thing. So on the last card here, we have time to ground. And that was where I was feeling all the guilt. We have the Six of Pentacles. That's about the balance of give and take. So there is a sense here of trying to do the right thing. And I feel like this person, male or female, is trying to level out on that. Like, what did I do? They're really trying to be conscious and aware of making the right decision. So this pause, because I get a sense of being ungrounded right up in our head, thinking about this all day, because it's at the forefront. And when you have a partner that lives with you or is with you all the time, that's really what it's about, right? So there's a sense here of wanting to take action with the Queen of Wands, but also the conflict, right? The cat symbolizes the magic and the future in the universe in this reading. That's what they're giving me a sense of. It's like this magical place we want to go to. And she's kind of looking, even though she's looking forward, it's like she's looking in a different direction than all the magical stuff. So there might be a sense here of a patterning of behavior that has gone on in this relationship that needs to be busted. And that's what the conflict, that's why they're picking up on it. They're picking up on the conflict. Thanks, guys, for coming in. And they're wanting to make the right decision. I feel like if they take their time, they will. And if they look at things justfully, or in a balanced way, they will get there. They will, because the universe is wanting to illuminate this. We do have an imbalance, and there is guilt, and we may have some guilt coming out in the future. It's almost like what the partner, whoever did the deed, whatever it was that created this guilt upon another, has not yet felt that guilt. They feel validated in what they're doing in their side of things. And you have to take your responsibility. They have to take their. And I feel like the other partner is really going to take some time. I'm getting it's the female has been put upon, and the male is the one who said something maybe a little drastic or harsh, but at the same time, the female needed to hear it, is the scenario I'm getting. So now everybody's just taking a pause. But I feel like the masculine or the partner here is kind of worked up about it. So they need to kind of come off that heat in order to get balance. So this is all something that's going to be going on through this week into the weekend yet. So yeah, little bit of a scenario, but nonetheless, we're thinking about being balanced. And I feel like I said, the person that it was put upon, I'm getting a feminine. This person really does have to think this through, because the other person really just laid stuff down that needed to be laid down. So it's kind of like jagged little pill to swallow. So we're going to be taking a week to do this, think about how to the rebuttal, and then moving on. Okay, so a little bit of an episode there. So that is the energy. Now, they told me to bring the love card, and of course there's love card coming through. Now, the above, the below. Okay, the below card, this is the energies that we sit in on the earth that is really what we are about, is the Hermit. So yeah, makes sense. With what's going on here, we have the Hermit card. She's sitting in her tub there reading or thinking about reading and just kind of chilling out. Really being ungrounded is the sense that I got as well. Being in our head about all of this stuff, right, that's just happened. And I feel like, even though I don't feel it was a blowout slamming doors and all of this, I feel it was a situation where we kind of got escalated, and then the masculine slapped her with a fact she didn't want to hear. Didn't look at either herself, wasn't dealing with, but she needs to deal with, so she's going to do that this week. And I feel like that's part of the process, just kind of going to the corner and figuring things out. So it's not a bad thing. And then the universal energies, the above card, is the Maiden of Air. It's interesting. Now, the Maiden of Air, she's got the birds there symbolizing the connection or the need to look at things from a broader sense as well. And they're connecting down to her. So the sense I get here is that the universe is really giving you that instinct to one, back away, which we are hermiting, and two, connect with our thoughts, which we're doing. So I feel like whether you're above or you're below, I feel like your intuition is connecting. You are connecting on all levels. So this is really good connective tissue here. We are connected. We're listening to our instinct, and we're not reacting out of habit. So I feel like this person may even be breaking an ingrained, how do you say? Like an ingrained, I keep saying habit, but something that they've been chained to, like a knee-jerk reaction. This person is going to do something here that breaks that cycle, which is absolutely good. It's almost like we're learning a lesson here. But, you know, because again, the universe wants to level you up. So you're in a relationship, lucky you, that is not busting apart, but needs to level up. We need to have change here, no less. Okay, and that's the thing that's hard for some people. If you're in the mundane, we got to level up. And if you're in a break apart, we got to move on, this kind of thing. So this is a level up, and this person is being mindful about all of the things, so you can't ask for more than that. So the love card that breaks this whole thing up, you are limitless. Again, recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. Is that potential of who you are. And they're going, we got to show this other card, because the overall card here is build your confidence, right? Cyan, building confidence. So there's a lack of this in this area of being able to, maybe because of the hit we took, whatnot, but you are limitless. And then this guy here just waiting, that egg just waiting to be born, right? Waiting to crack open all of this stuff. Because we're limitless in our potential, but we're putting, yeah, they're showing me fencing, the person's fencing themselves in. One, because of they took an ego hit here with what was said, and they're going, that's just fine. So we lower ourselves and we build ourselves back up. We don't have to lower ourselves and stay there. We know mentally, and that's why they're going, the air, that's, oops, this one here. That's why the air is there, because we need to think about what happened here, and we need to come to terms, because yeah, someone put us down, but we're not going to stay down. We lift to where we are, our potential is to lift, and don't let it get us down, is what they're saying. And then this is all the potential you were born to, you know, and overcoming creates strength, all of that. So this is a bit of a hurdle, and even though I'm getting the feeling from this person that they may not have been confronted by their partner in such a way before, but this is a building block, because the partner's going, yeah, I just can't put up, it bothers me, and I was holding it back before. I'm not holding back anymore. I'm sick of this. And this bothers me, so I need to let it go. Like there's certain things that you, certain things you feel you got to hold back. And then this is like, no, I got to let go, because it's bothering me and it's creating a bad zone for me. So I have to unburden it on her. If she can fix it, she can fix it. If she doesn't want to fix it, then it's going to get worse, that kind of thing. So, yeah, and this potential wants to come forth, and part of that is dealing with, you know, these little lessons within the relationship. So know you're limitless, that this will not stuff you, this will not bring you down, even though it is kind of getting you in the mundane. It will not tackle you. Know that your limits are beyond, and beyond your perception as well, because that's what you're going. This person's perception of themselves is not very good. They got to raise the roof here a little bit on that. So that's that. Okay. So a lot of energy here for this reading. So hopefully you get through that, because again, the sense I'm getting is there's a good love relationship here, but we got to level up. We're not leveling up, or we're resistant in a way that we're avoiding our issues. We're avoiding working on our issues, which could level us up, so we don't want to do that. Okay, so number 2. Hopefully that helps someone. I feel like somebody else will get this that needs to. Okay, now the second one is Emerald. Calm your mind, body, and soul. That's pretty basic, pretty card there with the water. Yeah, calm down. They're going calm down like this. Like, oh, this person's like right out of their, right out of the, just give me a minute. Getting fired up real quick, no matter what direction, whether it's anxiety, anger, excitement, happiness. We're getting out of balance here with our emotions and our mood. And though this is part of the process of energetic frequencies, we got to be more self-aware and self-limiting in that way. Is just kind of cool your jets here. No matter what, we're getting fired in so many directions here. We got to contain that a little more. That's the sense I'm getting, okay? So the second pile, someone's got a lot of energy, and it's just spouting outward. So as we get into the spiritual side of things, first card, let go of the old. So we have some stuff here that we need to let go of. 22 is a master builder. So this is someone that needs to create in their mind. I'm getting a sense that we have lack of motivation in going forward. So we're not completely attuned. We're dealing with stuff way in the future, way in the past, maybe dealing with stuff they're going, and not so much grounded in our present either, but we need to really understand where we want to go. We got to have a clear outline for this, because we're kind of not thinking about making a plan or nothing, okay, over the next while. So that's huge. And this also, they're going, don't be afraid to talk about the ego with this card, because the peacock, right? There's your ego. So, and over this time as well, I'm going to be punching the ego through here, because this is really can be a roadblock to relationships, and it can also be, well, just a basic roadblock. Yeah, the ego. We have to deal with this in an appropriate manner. And so there's an awareness of this. Not really wanting to say much there, but other than, you know, bring up the ego. The next card, have courage. Now we have a lion, which could be a dangerous mix here. But they're going, yeah, this is the calm, cool, stable we want you to be. We don't want you roaring off like a lion, but we want that pride instead of the ego. And there's a fine line there as well, because they're going, look at the eyes. They're just present. They're just here, you know, and his eyes, they're a little more where, what. And this is what they're going. This is the shifty energy that's going on. It's like we're triggered and off we go. And we got to slow down and let things like they're going, the eyes have it. And they're going, these eyes are just ready for any little second, and they're off. And this guy is a little more calm, cool, collected. He's going to, you know, he's got compassion. He's got pride, and he's got a center to come from. So the calm mind body is just oozing through this whole thing spiritually. Calm the jets, because that it creates a better center here, right? Because look at they're going, look at how his hair, like it's all scattered, even in his third eye is scattered, but here it's centered. We got a medallion, it's glowing, nice glow. This one's sparking off in all directions. So we gotta take account of that, right? Notice that, because that's it does translate to every area, you know, that we're getting sprung. Sparks of energy here. We're going to slow. It's got to be a slow burn, not, you know, crackling fire, that kind of thing. So the next card, love that you are different. And they're getting eccentric is the word that they would put on this person. Very eccentric. So they go in directions they feel driven to go, very spontaneous, very to the point, and again, not thinking about the future. We need to expand on our future. One, how we perceive people in the future. We're going moment to moment to moment, very, what do you call that, categorized, like compartmentalized. Our opinions are very compartmentalized all over the place as well. We need to slow that down, stretch it out. When we're dealing with people and situations, we tend to be very chaotic, can be chaotic. We are at this time. We can be calm. We have in the past. But we need to, we're not understanding or just very short term with our mindset is very short term at this point. So, you know, if you're watching a lot of TV, that could be part of the problem because that scatters energy very quickly. So go out in nature as well. Like this guy, he's really shouting nature to me. I'm seeing the leaves, right? And the mushrooms and the how he's deep in the grass, right? So surrounding yourself in nature will give you a sense of yeah, because what they show me is a draining of all of that hubbub, like kind of like the amphibian mind, you know, amphibian, yeah, like the lizard mind going what, where, who, when, what, and you're just doing that, but you're not calm, steady, sturdy. So, and this kind of seems a theme already. I've only got 2 readings, but it's kind of like an energy of cooling down and chilling out, and again, it's spring in most places here. Different on the other side there, but you know, and it's time to do that, time to get out in nature and let it ground. So corresponding cards we have is the Ace of Swords goes on our ego card here. So this is what we're after: truth, clarity, victory. So we got to watch for that victory stance, especially with that ego card looming in the background here, because that tells me that we're ready to charge and fight. But if we're in our ego, this is going to end up in a big mess. Okay, so be aware of that energy. Yeah, we're going for truth and we're going for, but if the victory's leading, we got to watch. So as we move on here, have courage. We have the 6 of Cups, which brings that energy down a bit. Okay, so the 6 of Cups is about, look at the 2 people here, the kids. They are kids, and he's offering her a thing. Well, I think it's supposed to be flowers. I don't know. Good energy anyway to this partner. So again, if we're talking about partnerships, we may be in a partnership where our egos are taking the forefront here, and we got to be more loving and watch. Again, watch this, because they're going, there's a good energy here of loving and caring on the depths, but we can be taken off, how do you say, like our partner can take us in the wrong way quite easily. So we got to watch for that. And that's what the 6, and the 6 is also about past. They're going reconciliation, so we may have a reconciliation here where someone was in their ego highly and needing to bring forth apologies. That's the same thing I'm getting here. And that will come forth, but we got to control our egos. Seems to be a problem here, okay? So the last card, oh yeah. Love that you are different. So there is, there's a uniqueness about you that is trying to come forward, but without with the ego, it'd be very chaotic. But without the ego, if we simmer that to a degree where it's normal, we can be very tolerant. Like people will accept us in a different way. They're going. Now, on top of that, sorry, my nose goes nuts when they start these readings. 15 is the devil. So that is that temptation. I feel like we're sandwiched here. It's like this person has an issue with their ego and they let it take control sometimes. And when it takes control, it does a lot of damage. And we have to go in and straighten things out. And we got to look at our pattern here, because this is what's going. I'm getting a ping pong with the energy. They're going, yeah, it's ping pong because we're doing this and apologizing, come back. Ego, apologize, come back. Ego, apologize, come back. There's a love here, but we got to stop the cycle of doing all this. How do you do that? You take your pride and put that up front instead of your ego. Look at the eyes, the compassion, bring that forth. Soften things, cool your jets. Don't react, you know, this knee-jerk stuff. Cool that. Think before you speak. A lot of the first energy here needs to go and infuse into this one. There's no thinking. We just react. Very spontaneous is what's going on. So we have to be less spontaneous, more thoughtful, and more creative. Maybe not creative, because that could lead to lying. We don't want to do that, because we got the truth. We're dealing with truth here. But we're dealing with an ego getting out of control, and we just got to temper that. So this person is dealing with that issue, or maybe dealing with someone with that issue and needing to think about that. So for the week, bring your lion in a graceful, prideful way, and look at things with compassion, and you'll do all right. Okay, that's the solution there. Okay, above and below cards. So 21, the world. Again, feeling different. You're feeling different in this world. Sorry. Okay. Yeah, reaching. Okay. There's a sense in this person something's wrong here, but they're not knowing where or what, right? And they're going, ego, here we go. That's where we gotta go, because our ego's getting us into trouble all over the place. We're not realizing. They're going, we know it's the ego, but we're not taking the time, because we got this bird brain, this what, who, when, where, what. We're not stopping long enough. Take a tally, look at it. They're gonna see it if they do this, but we're just in our monster mind. We're just all over the place, crashing walls, being spontaneous, and we need to slow that down. And they're going, that's her trying to gain, you know, insight and be receptive to intuition and whatnot. But they're going, they don't even give us a chance to settle. They're going, this person takes their intuition and they take it to the 10th degree. Okay, so they get an instinctive little vapor of instinct, and then they go out in that, and it's frantic. It's not balanced. It's either left wing or right wing, it's super heavy or it's super low, and we're shouting it, and again, not being balanced in the way that we deal with it. So take that into account, and that's just that's what they're showing. That's what this person's energy they are feeling, even though they know that they are unique in certain ways. They don't know how to handle it. Why? Because they're just not sitting long enough to let it sink in. Okay, so the above card, 6 of Earth, and that's just that grounding. That these elves are sitting there talking, and that's the thing. We got 2 elves here going, okay, these guys are on a timeout. They got to ground, and that's the sense I get from here, is like, we need a timeout. And if we're talking about relationships and whatnot, we may have to time out from a relationship to get our heads straight. Maybe not even need a separation. Just be quiet and don't react. Just think. Think about what you have reacted to in the past and what you will in the future, and be open to the partner, because they're showing the partner coming forth, and they're just like scared. They're scared to come forward. Like, no, I'm not going there. I'm not dealing. Da, da, da. So we're not really having a truly fruitful relationship when someone's, you know, in the closet shivering, waiting for the person to come off their bitchiness or whatever it may be, their anger or whatever, their aggressiveness, because they said aggressiveness. So and this is, yeah, the grounding, the ability, right? Because again, the grounding energy I felt from this card is to go out in nature and let nature do its thing to you, because you're really wound with a lot of energy and it's just chaotic. So that's that. Excuse me. The love card, the union of hearts. There is a connection of love that defies explanation. So so you may be in, or are in, if you're attracted to this pile, you're in a relationship that goes beyond, that goes beyond, just give me a minute here. Yeah, might be in a flame union, okay, or a twin union, or a soulmate union. It's quite deep and quite, there's a lot of purpose to this union coming forth. Sorry. And I think that's what they're highlighting here. The partner is so saying sheepish, but they're going, it's beyond sheepish. The partner is outright scared to the point where they're just not going to check in, and we need the full potential to explode here in this. And part of that is the lessons that this person needs to learn. They have okay. So the energy they're giving me here, right? Because of this card here, this devil really brings out this person's inner demons, inner issues. Okay, they need to be busted apart. And the relationship is very special compared to any relationship they've had. So they need to listen up. But the partner's so scared because they were in a position of flame throwing, that this partner's been burnt and charred, and they're just kind of at a point here where I don't know that I can give my all and get my all from this relationship because this person just won't deal with their issues. So this is what's going on here. So be aware of that. Where our ego is a huge risk here to keeping this relationship. So I think this person has been highlighted to this, no less. But at the same time, I feel like they don't, well, yeah, they just have no ability to deal with this because they never have, right? So now they're reaching out to the universe going, what do I do? How do I do it? And you know, give me some insight. And they're going, we're giving you. You need to slow down long enough to process it. Because you get one little tidbit and you're off and running, but you may need a series of 3 to get through your next bout. So a little bit of a complex situation, but nonetheless, it's something. Means a lot because we have a union here that means a lot. And we want to have the full potential of that union come forth. But we have a partner here that's shaking in their boots. And we gotta work to process that because it's our responsibility at this point, because we've kicked the partner to the curb, is what they said. Now we gotta realize why we did that or what happened there. So there is a union here. I got a good feeling about it. It's just there's a lot of issues in one of the people in it. Well, on both sides. You got issues, I got them too, that kind of thing. So this is part of the path here. We got to get in that gear of tackling these. And I think the person is kind of awakening to the fact that, yeah, I got stuff here. So they just got to slow things down. It's definitely the tempo here. It's got to just, we're in 4/4, we need 2/4. Or, you know, like slow her down. So that's what's going on. Okay. So hopefully that helps somebody. Next, number 3. So if you picked number 3, which was brown, we're talking about boundaries. Yeah, this is all in the lovey-dovey stuff here. Boundaries, right? When we're setting boundaries with a partner, it's kind of can be abrasive. So this is what I'm getting, right? Setting boundaries, well, it could be outside of partnerships as well, but I feel like boundaries, and I feel like whoever this relates to, the relationships is the last place they put boundaries in their life. Work and family and friends, you know, I can put boundaries there, but the relationship is the last frontier for this. So that's the sense I'm getting through this card, okay? So, spiritual cards here. I had my cappuccino. I'm supposed to go off coffee here, but I had to have a cappuccino today. So I'm just flying. Know your power. Okay, this is good. Okay, so we are about making boundaries. Look at how these cards, they kind of brown and brown. Anyway. Sorry, my nose. I should just get sandpaper. Yeah, your personal power. Now, they're going, this person is well in charge of their personal power. They just overlooked the romantic area, felt no need. This is the sense I'm getting. Felt no need to put any boundaries here because we didn't have anybody crashing through them. But at this point, we got some stuff crashing through our fences, and we're going, wait a minute, you know, so all of a sudden it's like, oh, I have to put boundaries. Didn't I put boundaries? No, I didn't. So it's kind of like searching your soul in this relationship, because there's things here that need to be addressed. Okay, so I feel like we're just in the beginning process. I'm getting a masculine energy, by the way, but I feel like we're in the beginning process of laying that track down. And how do we do it? What do we do here? We're just being offended at this point of certain things that have been overlooked. So now we got to figure out how we're going to do this in the best way. Next card, know you belong. So we're feeling a little uneasy about maybe a new relationship, or maybe a relationship where we just don't know what the partner's going to do if we do put a boundary down, is the sense I get. So that's holding us back a little bit. That's creating a bit of fear. So know that you belong is a universal symbol that they want you to come from. It's like, no, you take a stand here, because this person has to learn that. Same as the last reading, right? That person on the other end needs to take their stand, because you do not want to be in a relationship where these boundaries are run roughshod, you know, so you want to make sure that you keep them. So I think this person knows that's the crossroad they're at. Next card, embrace spirit. So take account your intuition. Now, let me dive in here a little bit. Yeah, there's a very inconsistent energy when it comes to this person gaining their instinct or coming from their instinct, not knowing what it is. They just, every once in a while, they may dip into it, they may not, you know, so it's kind of one of those things that flies over. We're not honed in on what our instinct is so that we can tap into it more often. We just do it if we feel feel it strong enough. And they're going, and we're coming in. We're swooping down, because this is showing me the eagle swooping down right below this guy. So he's gonna look, you know, he's gonna feel that wind from the bird on his hair. He says, well, if they're bald, right? It's okay. Never mind. Telling jokes while I'm doing a reading. So this person is going to be hit by intuition hard, okay, for movement forward. And again, this is to step up, and they're going, and we need to take the courage to step up or step out. And that's the fear, is the fear of losing this one. But they're going, why fear it? If we lose it, it's not meant to be. We go to something better. That's the thing. People always think they can't get better. It does get better, because we evolve and we learn the lesson. And then the next time around, we're just not fearful of those little things. And we learn, right? And evolve. So they're going, this is the process this person is in. Reluctant to come forward in their full power. Reluctant to lay down laws because they're afraid of losing the partner, or losing an argument. They're going, it could be as little as an argument, but as big as the relationship. And also not really fine-tuned to their instinct, but they have kicked into it in the past, but it was just a spin of the wheel. Do I go this way, and they pick, kind of thing. They're thoughtful about it, but they don't know it's their instinct, okay? So they may need to look into ways to hone that a little better. So on top of, yeah, know your power, we have the Hierophant. And that is about traditional ways of being. So right away they go, marriage, boom. This is about marriages. So it may be in a marriage. We're coming down to some, because you can't just leave a marriage, but we may be on the offensive, right? Worried about what we have to deal with within that marriage. Next card, on top of the know that you belong. I think that's the belong, yeah. Knight of Pentacles. So this may be your energy. You may be an earth sign, Capricorn, Virgo, or Taurus. Yeah, and that's the sense they're going, we have to pay attention. Before I drop this card, they go, we have to pay attention to where this traditional way of being is looking. Because the tradition has gone out the window. This person is going forward in something that is not non-traditional. So feeling like this person is putting down a limit, a border, a boundary that is not really traditional, maybe in regards to their partner or in regards to society, whatever. They are going forth in a new kind of way, okay? Energy is the sense they're getting. And this is why they kind of feel out of sorts, because I am non-traditional in this way, or the sense is maybe they are traditional, because Capricorns and Virgos, Earths are traditional in that way, but what I'm thinking may not be traditional, okay? And then on the instinct, we have the Two of Pentacles, and that's about balancing the energies. It's also about dealing with more than one thing at once, and this guy's doing pretty good. His Pentacles are almost balanced, and that's what he's trying to keep things in check here. And it may be about money that he's yeah, that's the sense I'm getting, is it has to do with money. So there may be a situation here where in a marriage, maybe there's money's getting out of control, and we may have to create different bank accounts so that we're not dipping into or taken out of, and it's in a way that is non-traditional, is the sense I'm getting. Like this Earth sign wants to create separateness in finances, of the sense, I guess, for somebody this will hit, and they're wanting to do it in a way that this person, I think, yeah, is going to take it like, yeah. Because if you're in a marriage and then suddenly they go, no more joint account, I want a separate account, you do your finances, I do mine, and then I can keep track. Because I feel like this person is coming from a sense of knowing right and wrong, and they're not trying to be devious and take and whatever. They're just trying to keep track of the finances. So it's better if I have an account and you have an account, then you can take whatever, and then I just put into that instead of, you know, it's something like that. And I'm getting a sense it is that for somebody. There's a sense here wanting to separate the finances. Boom. I separate, you have an account, I have an account, and then we have no ties that way. No, that just creates less arguments. It's more efficient, da, da, da. So it's not that they're trying to cut you off or, you know, thinking about divorce, whatever. It's just a boundary's been crossed here financially. We want to get it back on track. And even though this is not conventional and not what we should do, it's going to create a lot of peace for this man. And if that's what we can do, we're going to go forward. And again, you know, if we get conflict and fighting from here, then we're going to have to put in a little more effort and work forward to compromise that in some way. But that's the sense I'm getting here. Something with the finances, I want to separate. And it is non-traditional, and it may be within a marriage or not, or something that long-term, you know, we've been together for a long time. Things have been this way, and we kind of want to take it out of this way, just to make us feel better. It'll make this person feel better all around. So that's something. So partner, your partner, I'm getting a high masculine energy through this. So someone trying to keep control of things, but I don't feel it's too down the road. But again, I'm sticking within the week, but it's just to keep things simpler. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, so a little specifics there. Okay, the above and below card for this person. 12, Hangman. So we may have some that are dealing with some energy of pause here, which could be, you know, one, it could be the person taking the time out to do and think about how they're going to do this is really kind of overwhelming. But it could also be that this person or this couple or this relationship is literally in a place where we have to take space. They're going, we need space to figure this out, because if we're getting nattered at by the partner, we need to get in our own mind, in our own thoughts, and in our own instinct, because that when our partner's there nattering, we can't get in our instinct because it keeps getting pulled away. So it seems like the partner here is very much something to do with money. So we got to be careful there. So we need to kind of time out from our partner mentally, get isolated from that, and then make up your mind and go forward. Because they're going, this person is on the right track. They're trying to cover their butt. Because they can see a train wreck coming and they can avoid a disaster, and they're going, this is what this is all set up for. So we are doing the right thing, so don't think we're not, and don't let anybody guilt you differently. Okay, so there we go. Above card, 7 of air. Wow, I got a funky energy here. And that, you know, what is there? Yin yang, balancing. So it's all about balance here. This person is trying to create balance. There is nothing wrong with that. There is an imbalance at this point to a degree that we see it getting out of control, and they're going, and it will. it is going in this direction because that's the trajectory. So we are doing the right thing. We are being sensible and trying to keep things balanced. This is what we need to do. They're going, so this person, they go, we don't think, but they may take a little more time than needed if they're influenced by the partner, because we may have a partner here thinking about the wrong things, okay? Thinking about greed and whatnot. So we have to get away from that mentality and think logically. And that may need some hang time to do that and balance things out. They're going, look at her sitting on the eye of the darkness, right? So keep that in mind. I think this person knows what they're dealing with. So the love card in between, they figured it all out. Receive with love and appreciation. Receiving something lovingly from others is a way of showing love. Okay. So we're going, we need to take this into account highly with our partner. Is there appreciation there for all that we've given? If not, take that into account when you're making your decision. We need to give and receive well, right? And if we are tugged, because they're showing like a kid tugging, like I want. If we're tugged in this way, we got to take that it's not in a balanced way. This person needs to learn that's not balanced. And up to this point, things have been, they're going above board. But the potential to go off, they're going out, listen to your instincts. So this is kind of a validation for somebody out there that's kind of sitting on the fence. Should I do this or shouldn't I? The universe is going, yes, you should. Because the problems will happen. If you don't, this is your instinct. You will get thoroughly informed by a lesson learned. If you continue in this direction, don't make any changes. It's the sense I'm getting. So be aware of that. Receiving, take into account what the partner does when we gain influence in this way. This will help you make up your mind more concretely and go from there. Next. Okay, so number 4, Jade. Take action. So movement, shaken. Give me a moment. Yeah, a turning point. Like I'm getting a sense of somebody wanting, like wanting to get in gear here to take action, but they're kind of haven't done yet. But they're really motivated to do and getting ready to do. Yeah, maybe don't have all the cards here at this point, or don't. Just give me a minute here. I'm trying to word it properly. I think I worded it properly. Yeah, just feeling highly motivated to take action in a certain direction, though they're just not happening yet. We're just sitting, vibrating, ready to go. Okay, so taking action, we're ready to go. Okay. First card, spirituality. See the signs. Okay, so there may be a bit of a decision that needs to be influenced here, or needs to be validated, right? So they're going, see the signs, look outside, take it in. What is it that's driving you? You know, we're taking our instinct. We got to look outside for the signals and then take action upon what you see there. Okay. Next card, reveal your truth. So if we are wearing a mask, we got to not do that. We got to learn to look at things from the same point of view. They're going, this person does have, okay, give me a minute. Okay. A bit of a mask with everybody. It's like they are the people that are in front of them. So they have a very eclectic view of friendships, not view, a very eclectic variety of friends. And we are different people for each one of those people that we connect with. They're going, there's nothing wrong with the facets, but beware that we may be getting into territory here where we're masking a little too much. We're hiding too much of ourselves to too many people, meaning they're showing me people going out and having coffee, whatnot, and holding back parts of their personality that really do mean a lot. And it may be what your belief systems, whatever, and not saying anything and letting the person flow instead of saying, you know, yeah, I don't really believe in that, or, you know, because they're going, we're really holding back huge parts of our personality in order to fit in. And we really got to narrow that field, because really what we're trying to do here is to get you with your crew, get you with your tribe, get you where your soul family is. Because at this time, with all these bust aparts and everything, another aspect is the soul family coming together. And these are people that you kind of, you know, you feel really gravitated to and comfortable with, and, you know, past life partners, each sex, you know, friendship and all of this stuff, even people, bosses at work or people, friends at work, that you just really, you're groovy with. You just grind right in real quickly and mix well and don't have any problems. It's kind of like, I've known you forever, that kind of thing. So a lot of what they're trying to do with this person, I feel, is really narrow that down. But this person is really reluctant to let the ones that don't fit go. And not only that, they're trying to pretend that these people still matter when we just, and they're going, we don't have to cut these people out. We don't have to boot them out the door and slam it and yell and scream. We just have to gracefully let it go, let it flow where they're meant to be. We're not jiving for a certain reason, but this person is really masking that in all areas. They're not showing who they are to that person, and that person is getting a warped view of who they are that is not valid either. So that's what's going on here, okay? Next card is Nourish the Soul, and they're going, yes, and in order to really reveal our mask, we have to know who we are first, right? We have to dip into the pool of consciousness, meaning thoughtfulness of who we are and what we want, and go forward in that. That's all they're asking, is just be truly who we are. So when we get that impulse, that thought in our mind that says, yeah, I don't agree with that, feel free to express that. We don't have to be conflictive in it. We just have to bear our opinion forward. And that's what they're asking this person to do, is we need to show more of ourselves outward so that we can get more of our deep-rooted relationships, deeper emotional states that we can hit. Because as we sit there and we block our opinion to the other person, we become more relaxed in a false sense of who we are, which creates no depth. So they want you to go, you know, the opposite of that. And they're going, part of that is dipping into our, you know, emotional selves, but also our spiritual selves, and going, yes, I believe in this and I don't believe in that. And you need to voice that outward, because we want to get you with people that you jive with, that you feel on a deep, huge, deep level. And we haven't even got there yet. We're not ready to get rid of our shallowness, to get into the pools of depths of being. They're going, this makes no sense to us, so we got to let that go. Okay, they're frustrated with that. We're faking it to others, and we have no sense of who we are, and we're trying to find people we care about. It's not going to happen. So next card here, to validate or clarify this one, which is see the signs, right? Talking about, you know, looking outward for steps forward as well. We have the Page of Cups, and they're going, this is love and compassion. And they're going, notice how it's looking to the past. We had love and compassion, and they're going, it's draining at this point, because we can't carry love and compassion when we're full of fake and mistrust. You know, there's no validity there, validness. On top of the, you know, reveal your mask or whatever, reveal your truth, we have the King of Swords. Now the King of Swords is he's the dude that is, you know, hell-bent on coming forward. Give me a minute here. With the truth. He is searching usually for something, and he leaves no stone unturned, but he also has the mental capacity to pull things off, which makes me think this ego trip here, this mask that we're wearing to other people, we know we can get underneath that, right? But I feel like there's something else driving here. And the last card is the Fool. Okay. Nourish the soul. We're talking about Fool. So, and they're going, this is about foolish behavior. Because look, we're trying to get to the truth of things, but we're running off in so many directions here. We need to understand, yeah, and that's that whole validity of self. Because we're really pretending to be someone to everybody. And in that pretending, we don't understand who we are. And in that, we just jump off in any direction, and and our heart's not in any of them, really. So we gotta grab that root ball and get it centered on who we are. And then we go outward and see who we jive with that matches that. And then, go off in direction, because they're going, this is about jumping and moving and shaking in all these different directions, but not one of them do we have any baggage. And they're going baggage as in a good thing. Do we don't have any emotions? We're light and fluffy with everybody, so we have no depth. They're going, we need to gain depth. And this dog's going, watch out, because maybe you come across someone you may not be so lucky, right? And the place we're going here is a lot more depth and a lot more emotional capacity. And even though we're used to not having that, because this one's totally facing away from all the stuff going on here. Because to some degree, I feel like this person is really trying to get underneath or get some answers for something, but they're going, how much is that worth? Is that worth our own dignity and truth, our own inner truth? To just go off in all these directions. We got to centralize and go outward from there. And this person is not centralized. They're not focused on who they are, what they are. And you have to do that before you can gain any validity with anyone outside of you. Until you know who you are, you cannot gain validity outward. And they're going, oh, we're fooling all these people, but they're not fooled. They accept, but only for so long, and that will start to collapse on their end, no matter what we believe. And they're going, this is our next step. If we don't clear up our own energy field, we got to get it balanced to who we are. What are our preferences? And they're going, this is not hard work. This is just stuff we need to figure out about ourselves to make our life easier in the future. They're going, we want more chaos, we continue down this road. If we want to simplify our life, then we realize who we are and what we want, and we go in that direction, and it becomes very clear where you need to go and what you need to do. So you need to do that. Done. Okay? That's that one. Next one. A little bit of channeling there. Okay, the above or the below card. Two of Wands. Yeah, that's about decisions, directions. Here gives me a sense of what do I want? Because there's like a crystal ball there, or a ball no less. It's like, what do I want for my future? This person is kind of upended in that way as well. So a sense of a lot of fire here, but it's going in too many different directions. We're going to simplify, put it in one globe, and then go forward. Yeah, there's something else here I'm not seeing. Yeah, because look how big it glows, how much, and they're going, the more we scatter our energies with these people, the less effective we are, and we're not seeing that, okay? So that's what they're wanting to say. Wow, okay, yeah. The above card, Maiden of Fire, they're going, look at the contrast between these two women. One here is very excitable, very, even though she's got a spark here, but this one's very controlled, very singular, and also looks more content, right? If you look at her face there, it seems like happy. Is it gonna, yeah, content, right? More content in her being. And the red is about action and movement. And they're going, just because they're going, this person may be addicted to chaos as well, because it is not bad to stay still. Like even the tone of the card, the clouds is soft, and and then this one is sparks going everywhere. That's really what they were showing me in the beginning. This person is just sparking off all over the place. And we need to be more zen like this and control that flame and where it goes, because it becomes a lot more focused, a lot more powerful. If we keep going off in this direction, we just don't gain any power. Well, we don't have our own personal power. They go, that's a fact. And then if we go in this way, then we have our personal power and we go forward in strength, just kind of like that lion from the second reading. And it just all works out. So this is the contrast of where this person's at. This person is in kind of chaos. And even though they got to, bear their flame down to one little candle, they haven't done that yet. And they're off in too many directions. They got to do this. So, right, they're going, we can't even talk. Because I'm like, oh, maybe meditate. They're going, we can't even talk about meditation with this one. Because it's just not going to take. They're too busy, too fast. So they got to slow their life down first and then fit it in. You know, that kind of thing. And that's up in the mind as well. So we may have some air signs here that are just really in that zone that can't seem to shut it down. So the love card to bring it all together, true love, this love is once in a lifetime love. So there is a sense here that you may have love, access to love, or in the beginnings of love. And this may be part of the problem. We may have some, because I'm catching on the wind of the, the pre-love phase where we are sparking off, but also if we are in love, they're going, no, the ones that are partnered in this energy are not paying attention to their love that's there. The partner that's there, it's not. The ones that are beginning are in that chaotic mind state and kind of inadvertently throwing it outward. They're excited and all of this, but it's just, it loses its momentum when you don't contain yourself, is what they're trying to, again, words don't do the energy justice, but that's the only words I know that could come through here and what they're showing me, which is all that energy, it's all going all over, spitting out all over the place like a grease fire, you know. And then they're going, what we need to do is contain ourselves. So the more that we contain ourselves, the more directed we can be, the more strong we can be with this, no matter what phase. They're going, no matter what, if we're just meeting, living, being, or in a family. Because they're going, the ones that are more connected that this reading resonates to, they are not dealing with their partner, dealing with everything outside. And there's a reason for that. They have to figure that out. And it all has to do with this energy of chaos and non-chaos. And that's mentally, outside of mentally, because they're going, it's everywhere. This person is chaotic and they are just running around rampant, and that is the way they deal. But they need to calm it down. One, to get a clear head and think forward. And two, it will help your love life as well. Sit and think about things. So hopefully that helps you. Okay. So that was for number 5, the last reading for the day. And I'm going to come in here this afternoon. I'm going to be off the end of the week. So I'm going to try and get most of my stuff done right away. So I'll be in for the masculine and feminine here in the afternoon. Now, lemon. This is the 5th and final card. Access innovative thinking. Tap in. Yeah, I think we're being dazzled by some kind of glitzy stuff outside of ourselves. Either we're purchasing or in the midst of going to purchase. They're showing me vehicles as well. Feeling driven to purchase a ticket item, and I'm feeling like technology, cars, this kind of thing, or being wowed by that, at least they're saying. So yeah, something is tickling our fancy in a technological kind of way. So either we're wanting to, because I'm really getting a sense here of wanting to, almost like somebody's waiting. They got a vehicle that's not old or anything, but it's old enough. But there's a technology in a newer vehicle that they want that they don't have, and they're wanting to upgrade the vehicle just for that technology. That's what I'm getting. And they're being titillated at this time. Either prices are low, or somebody's found them a good deal, or they're scanning for good deals and they're noticing there's some price difference here. Like, yeah, that's the sense I'm getting. So that's very specific. So that may be only for one person. Okay, so spiritually, where are we going here? So for the last card, we get a new day dawns. So 1. This is the beginning card of this deck, and also a dragon, symbolizing power and intent and a feel of going forward. So we may be just specifically, this may be directly to deal with a purchase, a big purchase that we have, that there's technology here that I'm interested in, and I either want to invest in it or go forward in it or do, and I'm very focused on that. I feel very steadfast, grounded energy looking at that, a new day. there's something here that's different than the everyday that's come across this person's path. The next is protect the wild and green. So it may also have to do with technology that is green. So when we're talking about vehicles, we're talking about electric, that kind of thing. It may be this, okay? Protect the wild and green is a sense of dealing with the environment at the same time as going forward. Going forward, but not in a earth way that is reckless. Okay, so we're thinking, keeping the mind on the earth and the advancement of it. We're not going to, you know, buy a big beefed up car that, you know, eats a lot of gas and diesel and whatever. So we're going to think a little better about that. Protect things. Streamline is the word they gave me. So in a sense, we're trying to get rid of any pollutive kind of things. The sense I'm getting is someone wants an electric vehicle, period. Like even a Tesla. Yeah. That's what they're going after. Oh, good luck. I mean, they're out there now, so it's all good. And I'm seeing a few more of them around, which is cool. Stay strong. We're sandwiched here by two dragons. So this person is feeling a great sense of personal power. There might be a sense here of needing to wait. We can't afford it at this time, but a real sense of wanting this person being like a tree hugger. They really want to keep a lot of things at home in their life. They really want to be aware of the green, you know, earth green and electronic green, anything that is in the future. It's kind of groovy energy, actually, that they want to make sure that any technology they go into is not wasteful. Really, it's the sense I'm getting. So this seems very individualistic, so let me know if it resonates. Yeah, so on the new day dawns, so that's a new direction. So it may be an essence that this person is kind of just moving into. We maybe weren't so eco-friendly in the past, but now we're going into that. And we have the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords is about limits that we put upon ourselves. So this is, and again, I'm getting the earth thing. Okay. There's a sense this person has an illusion of a certain way of doing things. And okay, if we're talking about recycling, whatnot, maybe in a sense here of feeling like they can't do certain things. Just hold on a sec. They can't do certain things, like limits within what they want to accomplish here. And I feel like what they want to accomplish is going green. They want to change their life to go in a way that is more green, more earth conscious, more in that direction, thinking more about the earth and its consequences, right? Rather than just me and what I want, or if I want more power, you know, that kind of thing. So being bound by something in that way. If I hang up again, they're gonna call again. I'm just gonna let it go. Okay. Protect the wild and green. So what are we talking here? And that is literal at this point. That card is coming through as a literal. I want to protect the earth, and I want to be more earth conscious, eco-wise, all of it. In my house, my home, in my car, in you know, recycling, all of it. Then we have the Ten of Wands. There's a burden here to do that. Feeling burdened of what needing to do that. I'm almost done. So, yeah, so feeling burdened by that, okay? Just give me a sec. Okay, so that's that. So on the third card, stay strong. We get the Three of Swords, which is interesting, which is about heartbreak, disappointment, they're going. So we may have to deal with some disappointment. You know, I get a really, I don't know whose energy I'm picking up on here. I feel like at the beginning, I was feeling like it was Tesla guy himself. What's his name? I can't remember. But it's like we're trying to do this and trying to create such a clear way forward, energetically, systematically, green-wise, we're trying to do this, but it's such a burden to push against the mainstream. And to a degree that we're not making any headway. We got so much technological advance. This is very specific. Somebody is either up on this stuff or in on this stuff. And there's so many technological advances here, but we're just being like roadblocked. So there's only 3 swords here. And it's becoming a burden to push through these walls. We really want to get past, because I feel like this is not only their self-limiting, but people outside of them limiting. And there's no reason, because the technology is there, the advancement is there, it's there. But we're being bound by it. Why? Because the people above us that we're trying are either jealous and don't want us to change the system. Like, it's almost like a person, vehicles, it has to do with vehicles. I'm picking up on something here. But anyway, they're trying to push through the system in that way and having a hard time. Is very dramatic and overpowering and very burdening. And don't know. We are trying to become green and eco-wise and, clear this earth out of energies that are drastic. And like, I feel like this person is in the industry, high up in the industry, whoever's energy I'm picking up on. They can make changes, but it's higher than them that they're getting blocked, okay? And that's a real burden, and it's real hard to push through the system and change it when all you get is swords wrapping around you, okay? But the good thing about this card is that there is a way out. I mean, there's a way forward. She got to go through water, but she just may have to swim through water and then get around. So it may be something that we're not seeing here that's blocking us, that we just got to keep going. And that's the sense I'm getting here. We got disappointment, but whoever this is for, they do have to keep going. Stay strong. You have the power. You are sandwiched by 2 dragons. So you are powerful intuitively, and outside of that, you just have to keep your spirit going, okay? Now I feel above and below. Above is Ace of Wands. Yeah, look at that. That's the new way. That's the way, and we're just starting to ignite here. We're just starting to make progress. Don't give up. Man, I feel like this is for Elon, but anyway. 15, 16, omens. There are omens. There are things coming around that you need to look at. You need to scope your spiritual senses and look at the things, not what you're dealing with personally and not the answers you're getting personally, but in your environment. What are you getting? Because they're going, not only are we taking that into account, but we need to download that and take that, go forward with those ideas that are coming in our atmosphere, because the wand is just starting to catch fire, so we can't give up now, okay? Next card is demonstrate love. Find out what is important to the people you love and act on it. That's what they're going. We just need to find more ground roots, like surveys. Sorry, this is not going to connect with most people, but survey the people. Get out into the people. Go what they want. Those are the masses. Those are what matters. Get to the people. Take that information. Don't go to the head of the CEO. Don't go to those companies. They are disconnected so far from what is truly needed here that it's completely left to right wing. So we need to go to the people personally, get them to fill out forms, surveys. People feet on the ground. That's what they're going. Get out there, do that, and then go forward in that, and that will not be stopped. They're going, when we get down to the people, it will not be stopped. When we're dealing with government, we will be stopped. So take a step down, go that way, and keep going. Because when you have those masses behind you, they can't stop that. That's where you're missing your link here. You need to go to the people, not to the powers. The powers are stopping it. We got to cut throat. Go to the people. This is the opinion you need. This is the link that we're out of. We may think that these people are Poland. They're not Poland. They don't have the truth. So they got to get there. That's how you do it. So again, that was Lemon. That was number 5. So thanks for joining me. Anyhow, I will talk to you all later. That is the reading. I have to make phone calls here. So that is the reading for the week. Hopefully it helped you. I will be into timestamp, and I will also be in for the masculine and feminine. So take care, have fun, and be kind.